The most successful financial analysts are very good at figuring out the size of the market that they're going to invest in. And we call this the TAM or TAM, which stands for Total Addressable Market. And it's good to calculate the total addressable market before you do due diligence on a company. And after you make the financial model for that company, a good sanity check is to make sure that the revenues for that company in the long run are way, way smaller than the total addressable market. And so our case study in this section is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has got three separate divisions, right? So it's a little bit complicated to calculate the total addressable market for LinkedIn. But those are the three segments, and I'll explain to you exactly what they do, and then we'll discuss how to calculate the TAM. And so after we look at the total addressable market, we'll look at the financial model, which is in the next lecture for LinkedIn. So let's kick it off with the enterprise market. The enterprise market for LinkedIn is basically human resource managers that use LinkedIn. In fact, you can actually replace sometimes a bunch of human resources executives by just using LinkedIn to find potential recruits. So from a recruiting perspective, LinkedIn is amazing. Secondly, we've got what's called the prosumer market. And many of you, and I actually use LinkedIn for this, which allows you to contact strangers using InMails, which is a great way to network. And number three, the last total addressable market we'll be looking at is just the advertising market, which means on the right-hand side in LinkedIn, you can see commercials or advertisements. It's that market. Okay, cool. Let's size these markets, and we'll kick it off with the enterprise market. Let's look at the total addressable market for this. So how are we going to calculate this? So let's go to the World Bank's website, and we can see the number of new companies being registered every single year in every country. Okay, and so the average number of companies registered, as you can see there, in each country is roughly 200,000. You could say it's 250 or 260, but let's be conservative. Let's say 200,000 companies are registered each year in about 200 countries. That gives you 40 million new companies every year. Okay, great. And now we have the number of companies. Next up, we need to find out the number of human resources employees that work at these 40 million companies. Okay, let's see how we're going to quantify this. Okay, so in the Financial Times, we can see here that the average company in Europe, for example, has 6 employees. Okay, all right, let's use that. Let's use that. Okay, oh, here we go. According to Business Management Daily, it looks like if you take 2.4% of every company is an HR executive. Okay, let's play around with these numbers. Cool. I think we're getting somewhere. All right, so if we take 40 million companies being created every year, and we multiply those 40 million companies by 6 people, and then 2.4% of those companies are HR executives, then that's 5.76 million HR executives. Okay, cool. Great. Now, it looks like the average human resources employee makes about 50 grand per year. So let's just simply multiply those together to get our total addressable market. And there you have it. It's $288 billion. That's the total size of the enterprise market for LinkedIn. Okay, great. So we've done 1/3 of the work here for our TAM, or total addressable market. Next up, let's look at the prosumer market. And within the prosumer market, we can see that LinkedIn has about just over 400 million subscribers, right? They're not all paying subscribers, but they're users on the platform. It's an amazing platform. I love it. And it looks like their user total goal, according to LinkedIn, is 3 billion people. I guess out of 7 billion in the world, they figure that just under 50% are potential customers. Okay, so if we look at, for example, do I have any credit card stuff here? I don't think so. All right, so if we look at my LinkedIn account, we can see that I pay $29 per month, okay? So if we assume that we have 3 billion potential users, if you get 100% penetration, which will never happen, but it's something we can aspire to here, times $29.99 times 12 months equals a total addressable market of, wait for it. Sorry, I'm trying to use a little bit of humor here. I'm not sure if it's working out. Oh, here comes. Really? Okay. It's jamming here. But there we go. Whoopah! It's $1.08 trillion. Wow. That's a crap load of, anyway. So that is the prosumer market. Okay, 2 for 3 now. And now let's calculate the advertising markets. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. So, and this one's a lot easier. There's a ton of statistics out there. So according to Zenith Optimedia, there is an advertisement size of $57.6 billion as of last year. It's a little bit stale. That's okay. For the internet ad spending market. And of course, LinkedIn will never get 100% share of that. But if you add up all three of these total addressable markets, then there you go. The total addressable market for LinkedIn is about $1.4 trillion, which is absolutely enormous. Okay, so from a quantitative analysis perspective, we've just done the total addressable market. And so the next step is to build the financial model, which we'll start in the next section.